is Alpenstad, where we just got off of the ferry and are getting ready to go up Mount Pilatus. Very pretty here. And we're trying to time it so we can be right in between tour buses and ferries. Well, we made it on the railway and we're headed up towards the top of the mountain. Now, this railway is the world's steepest cogwheel train, and I'd have to say, while I'm not an authority on cogwheel trains, I certainly believe this is the steepest one. It's incredibly steep going up there. When you look going up, you can hardly see anything, but when you go down, boy, you can see a long ways down there, and I, for one, would just as soon not walk it. So anyway, it's a great little way to spend some time. It's a very pretty ride up. We met a lot of nice people on the way. I just wish I was a little better when it comes to filming it. I knew if we waited long enough, the Swiss would find some way for this train to go through a tunnel, and I'll be darned if they didn't. I guess they just plain like digging through mountains, but they're very good at it in their defense. They're incredibly good at building tunnels. So we're just about up to the top, and looking back, you do get a nice view of Lake Lucerne. Very pretty. I wish the sun was out, but still, all in all, it's been a great ride up there, and I hope you've enjoyed looking at some of my really crappy video of it. So we're going to get to the top and see. It looks like we're going to be getting into the clouds, so we'll know in a few minutes, and we'll see what it's like up at the top. we have made it up to the top, and like I was afraid, we're in the clouds, so the views are going to be somewhat limited. But it looks very nice around here. Looking at the top, they've got a hotel, a restaurant, a bar up here, a gift shop, and very nice. There is hiking trails that go up to the top that I'd love to show that to you, but there's not a chance in hell I'm going to walk to the top of any mountain. But we'll take a little walk around the deck out here and see what the rest of the area looks like. So stay with me here.
All right, well, as you can see, the fog is lifted. The sun's come out, and it's beautiful. I would say it's a delightful 38-40 degrees here. We've had lunch. We've looked at all the fantastic views we can, and I think we're probably going to go ahead and head down below the clouds and get back into some partly cloudy and maybe some good views. So I hope you enjoyed this scenic trip to the top of Mount Pilatus.
I am going to go ahead and break the drone out and put it together and see if I can get it up in the air. I might be able to get some really good shots here for a change instead of all this fog. So bear with me and we'll see how this comes out. I should have it ready here any second. Well, that certainly was a lucky break, having the sun open up like that so I could get that fine footage with the drone. I'm sure you enjoyed it as much as I enjoyed flying it up there. Now for our trip back down the mountain, we're going to go down the backside via a couple of aerial gondolas and trams. The first one is going to be about a 5-minute ride. It was still in the clouds, so I didn't get any video, but it's going to make a stop at the town of Frankmentug at about an elevation of 4,600 feet. And I'm sure that's not how you pronounce it. But at that point, we will get off and switch to a smaller gondola for another 15-minute ride till we get to the town of Krenzerreg, which I am also sure that is not how you pronounce it. It's at an elevation of around 3,400 feet. Also there you can get off, and they had a nice little area to walk around and a little, looked like a store and a playground and stuff. So things to do. A lot of people were getting off and simply walking down the mountain or walking up. We passed quite a few that were doing that. It's not nearly as steep on this part of the mountain as it was coming up on the cogwheel railway, which makes it a lot easier to walk around and enjoy the nature. So it was very pretty. Well, once we reached the bottom, we just had a short walk of a couple blocks down the hill until we were able to catch the bus going back to the train station in Lucerne. So it made it very simple. One thing I might point out, that when you check into a hotel in Lucerne, they give you a visitor card, which is good on all of the bus and tram travel around the city. And we had absolutely no problems using that. Well, that's about it for our day at Mount Pilatus. Tomorrow's our last day before we board the Viking Hiln for our 8-day cruise, and we're going to Mount Stanzerhorn. See you then.